Listening to stories in English is important because it helps us learn the language in a fun and easy way. Stories teach new words and how to use them. They make us think and feel, so we remember better. I Go to New York is a topic many people dream about. It's a place of hopes, dreams, and surprises. Listening to such stories can inspire you, teach life lessons, and improve your English. I woke up one morning feeling strange. Something was different. My phone buzzed, and when I picked it up, I saw a message: pack your bags. You're going to New York. It was from my friend Jake. He had planned everything, but he didn't tell me why. My heart raced. Was this a joke? Why New York? The curiosity kept me from asking too many questions. Instead, I packed quickly, imagining what could be waiting for me. When I reached the airport, Jake was already there. He had a big smile on his face but wouldn't say much. "Trust me, Emily," he said. "This trip will change your life." Those words kept echoing in my mind. Change my life? How? The plane ride felt like forever. As I looked out of the window, I thought about all the things New York is famous for: Times Square, the Statue of Liberty, and Central Park. I was excited but nervous. Could I handle such a big city? When we landed, the air was different. It felt alive. Jake grabbed my hand and said, "Come on." "We don't have time to waste." He flagged a yellow cab, and soon we were speeding toward the city. The skyscrapers seemed to touch the sky. Lights flashed everywhere, even in the middle of the day. It was like a dream. Jake finally revealed his plan when we stopped in front of a huge building. "This is where your story begins," he said. It was a famous theater. "You're here for an audition." My heart skipped a beat. An audition? I didn't even know I wanted one. But Jake believed in me more than I believed in myself. "I can't do this," I whispered. But Jake shook his head. "Emily, the only thing stopping you is fear. Go inside and show them what you've got." His words were simple but powerful. Sometimes all we need is someone to push us. I walked into the theater, my legs shaking. The room was filled with people who looked so confident. I almost turned back, but then I remembered why I was here. Jake believed in me, and deep down I wanted to prove something to myself. The director called my name. "Emily Brooks." I stood up, took a deep breath, and walked to the stage. The lights were bright, and my heart pounded like a drum. "Whenever you're ready," the director said. I closed my eyes, took another deep breath, and began. The audition was over in a few minutes, but it felt like hours. As I walked off the stage, I felt different. I had done something I never thought I could do. Jake was waiting outside. "How did it go?" he asked. I shrugged. "I don't know, but I feel amazing." Jake smiled. "That's all that matters sometimes. It's not about winning or losing. It's about trying and learning." We spent the rest of the day exploring New York. Jake showed me Times Square, and it was like nothing I had ever seen. Lights, sounds, and people everywhere. "This city never sleeps," Jake said, laughing. "It's full of energy." Just like you, his words made me smile. The next day we went to Central Park. It was peaceful, a world away from the busy streets. "Life is like this park," Jake said. "Sometimes you need to slow down and enjoy the moment." While in New York, I learned more than I ever expected. I learned to be brave, to trust myself, and to embrace new experiences. I even made a few friends who shared their own stories of chasing dreams in the big city. New York taught me that life is full of surprises and every day is a chance to grow. It doesn't matter if you're scared or unsure. What matters is that you try. If you want to improve your English, listen to stories like this. They teach you words, inspire you, and help you dream big. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Speak, listen, and learn every day. Remember, life is a story, and you're the writer. Write your own adventures, dream big, and never stop learning. If you liked this story, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more inspiring tales. The next morning, I woke up to a call from the theater. My heart raced as I answered. A calm voice on the other end said, "Emily, we were impressed with your audition. We'd like you to come back for a second round." My jaw dropped. I had made it. I couldn't believe my ears. I immediately called Jake to tell him the news. "That's amazing, Emily," he said. I knew you could do it. His confidence in me made me feel invincible. But now, there was another challenge ahead, preparing for the second audition. Jake took me to a small cafe near the theater. It was cozy and filled with artists discussing their dreams. This is where I come when I need inspiration, Jake said. He handed me a notebook and a pen. "Write down what you feel right now. Don't think, just write." At first, the words didn't come. But then, I started to write about my fears, hopes, and what brought me here. By the time I finished, the page was full. Jake looked at it and smiled. "See, you've already got what it takes. Now, let's work on your performance." The next few days were a blur of rehearsals. Jake helped me polish every detail. Confidence isn't about being perfect, he said. It's about believing in yourself. Even when you're not sure, his words stuck with me. When the day of the second audition arrived, I felt more prepared. The theater was busier this time, with more people vying for the same role. I reminded myself of Jake's advice: focus on what I could control and leave the rest to fate. I stepped onto the stage again, but this time I felt a calmness I didn't have before. I poured my heart into the performance. When it was over, the applause from the panel felt like music to my ears. One of the judges said, "You have something special, Emily. We'll be in touch." I walked out of the theater feeling lighter. Whether I got the role or not, I knew I had done my best. Jake and I celebrated with a stroll along the Brooklyn Bridge. The view of the city skyline was breathtaking. New York has a way of showing you what you're capable of, Jake said. You came here not knowing what to expect, and now look at you. You're fearless. His words made me think. Life is full of unexpected opportunities. All it takes is a leap of faith to discover who you really are. Over the next few weeks, I explored more of the city. I visited the Metropolitan Museum of Art, where I saw works from around the world. I walked through the bustling streets of Chinatown, tasting flavors I'd never tried before. Each experience taught me something new about life and myself. But the biggest lesson came one evening when I was sitting in Central Park, watching the sunset. I realized that this journey wasn't just about the audition. It was about finding the courage to step out of my comfort zone and embrace the unknown. A week later, I got the call. I had landed the role. The excitement was overwhelming, but so was the gratitude. I couldn't have done it without Jake's encouragement and the lessons New York had taught me. "Congratulations, Emily," Jake said when I told him. This is just the beginning, and he was right. This was more than a role in a play. It was the start of a new chapter in my life. As I prepared for my first performance, I thought about the people who had inspired me along the way. I realized that everyone has a story to tell, and those stories can change lives. So here's my advice to you: never stop dreaming. Speak your truth, take risks, and believe in your potential. Whether you're learning English or chasing a dream, the key is to keep going. The first day of rehearsals felt like stepping into a new world. The theater buzzed with energy. Actors, directors, and crew members were all working together like pieces of a giant puzzle. I quickly realized how much effort goes into every single detail of a performance. My role wasn't the lead, but it was still important. I had lines to deliver, cues to follow, and emotions to express. I was nervous, but the director's encouragement kept me grounded. Every part of this play matters, she said. You're here because we believe in you. Jake was there too, cheering me on from the sidelines. This is where you belong, Emily, he said. His words gave me strength. As rehearsals continued, I began to feel more comfortable. The other actors were incredibly supportive. One of them, a woman named Lisa, became my mentor. You've got natural talent, she told me during a break. But remember, acting isn't just about saying words. It's about feeling them. Her advice stuck with me. I started to focus on the emotions behind my lines, thinking about what my character was feeling and why. It wasn't just a performance anymore, it was a story I was living. One evening after rehearsal, Jake surprised me with tickets to a Broadway show. If you're going to act in New York, you need to see the best, he said. The show was magical. The actors' performances were so powerful that I forgot I was watching a play. I left the theater inspired and determined to give my best in our production. Jake's support was unwavering. You've come so far, Emily, he said, and this is just the beginning. As opening night approached, my nerves returned. I couldn't help but wonder if I was good enough. But then I remembered how far I'd come. From the girl who was too afraid to try, I had grown into someone ready to face her fears. The night of the performance was unforgettable. The theater was packed. As I stepped onto the stage, the bright lights and expectant silence reminded me of my audition. I took a deep breath and gave it my all. The audience's applause at the end was like music to my ears. After the show, the director approached me. You were incredible, Emily, she said. You've got a bright future ahead. Hearing those words made all the hard work worth it. Jake was waiting for me outside the theater, beaming with pride. I told you, he said. You're unstoppable. The days that followed were a whirlwind of excitement. The play received great reviews, and I was even mentioned in one of them. But more than the recognition, I was grateful for the journey that brought me here. New York had taught me so much about courage, hard work, and believing in myself. It wasn't just the city of dreams, it was the city of growth. Now, let me share some tips with you. Whether you're learning English or chasing your own dream, here's what I've learned. Step out of your comfort zone. Growth begins where fear ends. Don't be afraid to take risks. Surround yourself with supportive people. Like Jake, find friends who believe in you and push you to be your best. Practice every day. Whether it's learning new words or rehearsing your lines, consistency is key. Embrace failure. Every mistake is a lesson. Don't let fear of failure stop you from trying. Stay curious. Life is full of opportunities to learn and grow. Never stop exploring. As my time in New York continued, I realized that the city had become a part of me. It wasn't just a place anymore, it was a symbol of everything I had achieved. Every street corner held a memory, every landmark a lesson. But the most important lesson of all was this: your story is yours to write. Every choice, every step, every leap of faith adds a new chapter. After the play's success, my confidence soared. Yet, deep down, I knew this was just the start of my journey. Jake had always said, opportunities build on each other if you let them. And he was right. New York had given me a taste of what was possible, and I wasn't about to stop now. The next day, I received a call from Lisa, my mentor from the play. Emily, there's a producer who came to see the show last night, she said. He's interested in meeting you. Are you free tomorrow? My heart skipped a beat. Opportunities were indeed building, faster than I had imagined. The meeting took place in a modern studio overlooking the Hudson River. The producer, Mr. Carter, was a seasoned professional who had worked on some of Broadway's biggest hits. I saw something unique in your performance, he said. There's an authenticity in you that can't be taught. He offered me a small but pivotal role in his upcoming production. It wasn't a starring role, but it was a chance to learn from the best. Every experience is a step forward, Lisa reminded me. Take it and make the most of it. Rehearsals for the new production were intense. The cast was larger, the stakes higher, and the expectations greater. At first, I felt overwhelmed. The other actors seemed so experienced, so polished. But then I remembered what Jake had told me: everyone starts somewhere. Focus on what you can do today. I threw myself into the process, arriving early and staying late. I asked questions, observed, and practiced until I felt I had given my absolute best. Slowly, I started to find my rhythm, and my confidence grew with each passing day. One evening, after a particularly challenging rehearsal, Jake surprised me with a walk along the High Line, an elevated park in Manhattan. You're doing amazing, Emily, he said as we watched the city lights below. But remember, success isn't just about the destination. It's about enjoying the journey. His words reminded me to appreciate the small victories, the moments of laughter with my castmates, the breakthroughs in my performance, and the simple joy of doing what I loved. The new production premiered on a crisp autumn evening. The theater was grand, the audience expectant. I felt a familiar mix of nerves and excitement as I stepped onto the stage. This time, though, I wasn't afraid. I had learned to channel my nerves into focus, turning them into energy that fueled my performance. The play was a success, and while my role was small, it was memorable. After the curtain call, Mr. Carter approached me backstage. "You've got something special, Emily," he said. "Keep pushing, and you'll go far." Over the next few months, more opportunities came my way. I auditioned for commercials, short films, and even a small independent movie. Each project taught me something new, helping me grow as an actor and as a person. Jake, ever the supportive friend, continued to be my rock. "I'm so proud of you," he often said. "You're proving that dreams aren't just dreams, they're plans waiting to be acted on." But New York wasn't just about work. It was also about discovering myself. I spent weekends exploring the city, from the historic streets of Harlem to the vibrant art scene in Williamsburg. I attended open mic nights, poetry readings, and dance performances, soaking in the creativity that seemed to pulse through every corner of the city. One day, while walking through the quiet paths of the cloisters, I had a moment of clarity. I realized that success wasn't just about achieving goals, it was about growing, learning, and sharing your journey with others. As my career blossomed, I began giving back. I volunteered at local community theaters, helping aspiring actors prepare for their auditions. I shared my story, encouraging them to take risks and believe in their potential. "If I can do it," I told them, "so can you." Life in New York wasn't always easy. There were rejections, setbacks, and moments of doubt, but each challenge made me stronger. I learned to embrace the highs and the lows, understanding that both were essential parts of the journey. And through it all, Jake was there, reminding me of how far I'd come. "You've turned your dream into reality," he said one evening as we watched the sunset from the Brooklyn Bridge. "But the best part is you're just getting started." Now, as I look back on my journey, I realize how much I've grown. From a shy girl unsure of her place in the world, I've become someone who isn't afraid to chase her dreams. And I owe so much of it to the lessons I learned in New York, the city that showed me who I could be. If you're listening to this story, remember your dreams are within reach. Whether you're learning English, starting a new journey, or overcoming challenges, the key is to keep going. Take risks, learn from your mistakes, and believe in yourself. Every step, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goals. If this story inspired you, please like and subscribe to my channel. Together, we'll continue to dream, grow, and explore. Let's write our own stories, one step at a time. Stay curious, stay brave, and always believe that the best is yet to come.